Right, there we go. Number one, especially with the year that we've all had with the coronavirus. So listen to this one very carefully. So my first lesson of 2020 is health. And just really listen carefully to this quote. A healthy person wishes 1,000 things. A sick person wishes only one thing. And that quote really resonated with me, because health is wealth, as we've all heard. So this is something which we should all put as a priority, the number one thing on your list, starting today. Not the 1st of January, start today. Number two, I've been doing this for so long, and it really, really helps with me. So what most people do, 99.9% of the people, they write their New Year's resolutions. They write down their goals, and that's it. They put it away. They never ever look at them again. So what I do, I plan for the next year. I'll always try and do it, a few weeks before, but I would start that plan as in on that day. Why wait till January the 1st? What if you don't live till that long? Live until till the 1st of January. So make a plan and start it from that day. What I also do with these goals, I've got a book, like a notepad. One has got where I write down 5 things I'm grateful for every single day. It's very important you do this in the morning, because it sets your mind up for the rest of the day. And on the other side, on the other page, is my goals that I've written down, what I want to achieve. So these goals, there's probably about 8-9 goals in there which I want to achieve like within 3 months, 12 months, 5 years, and lifetime goals. I write these goals down once in the morning and once in the evening. So that way, it's always there in the back of my mind. If I lose focus, if I lose motivation, then at least that keeps me on track. And the third thing what I also do is I set reminders in my calendar about 4 times a day. So the first one go for 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 4, and then 8 o'clock in the evening. It'll just be a reminder to say visualization. So no matter what I'm doing, if I'm sat there with the children, or if I'm writing a proposal, watching TV, reading a book, and the reminder pops up, I'll just sit back, and if it's for like 20-30 seconds, for a minute, I'll visualize where I want to be in the future, where I see myself. These things will keep you on track. Lesson number 3 and 4. So the first one is, lesson number 3 is, you make massive mistakes once you're grieving, and you only realize that afterwards. Sometimes it's too late. And I've made some big mistakes. I've pissed off a lot of people, clients. I've lost some clients and customers, all because I was grieving, and I didn't know. I honestly didn't know that I was doing this. So you do make these mistakes, but you own up, put your hands up and say, oh, I'm sorry. And so the fourth one is, be honest with your children. Family, children, all they saw was me being happy, smiley, jokey, and they thought, Dad is dealing with it really well, but they didn't really see what was going on behind the scenes. To be honest, no one did. But the most important thing here is be honest with your children. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling upset, share it with them. Because I had a good chat with my eldest, Naveen. She was 11 years old, and I told her exactly what I have been through, what I put myself through over the last 2 years, since their mummy passed away in 2018. She literally could not believe it, and she's like, why didn't you tell me any of this? And I said, Naveen, I thought I was protecting you. And so the lesson here is, be honest with your children, because they will definitely appreciate it. COVID-19, So there's a lot of people that have been consumed by the news. Whatever the government and the news say, they believe it. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but my lesson here is do your own research. This is lesson number 5. Research and question everything. You know, for example, they'll say 500 people have died of the coronavirus in the last 24 hours. That is not correct. You do your research. What they mean is, if somebody 2 weeks ago got the coronavirus, they survived, and then they passed away from a car accident, that will go down as a coronavirus death. For me, that is not accurate. So always question everything and do your own research. Lesson number 6. Lesson number 6 is allow yourself to have a day off. There's a lot of people that I know that have had mental health issues, and I never ever knew that it's a big massive thing. So again, whilst I was grieving, I felt guilty, especially the 3-4 months after like Nim had passed away. I felt really guilty to have a day off or not go to work. But when I did, like, thought, okay, when I mustered up the energy, I went to work. Mentally, I just couldn't do it. But this year, I've given myself the time off. You know, I honestly had a good few weeks off, and that really did help me. So don't feel guilty. If you don't want to get out of bed, you want to watch Netflix all day, that's okay. Once in a while, that is fine, but don't make it a habit. We as Sikhs, we always need to be learning. You know, most people think you go to work 9 to 5, that's when you stop working. Kids go to school 9 to 3, 3:30, that's it, that's when you stop learning. It doesn't work like that. We should always be learning every single day. This is what I believe, you know, we are put on this planet Earth for. So I like to read books. I get a lot of people asking about, because I put pictures of a page of a book that I put up every day. It's called The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. Probably 5-6 of my Insta fam have bought that book because they can really resonate with it. It's all about the Stoic mindset. So yeah, so that is one thing. Read every single day. If you don't like reading, Audible. That is a really good way of learning. I listen to Audible, all these audiobooks, if I'm driving to go and see clients, if I'm at the gym, even if I'm just on my way to work, you know, to the office. It's only about a 5-minute drive. I listen to that. Some music is helpful as well, but I don't listen to the radio or music all the time. It's all about the audiobooks for me. Keep on learning. Lesson number 8. 31st of December 2020. You look back and you think, damn, what a year it's been. You could look back and think, I've learned some very harsh lessons. I've had family members which have died from the virus, but you have to look back to see how far you've come. You know, there's a reason why when you're driving a car, your windscreen is this big and the rearview mirror is this big, because it's just to have a glance. That's what it is. Don't focus, it's just to have a glance. Look forward to see where you want to go, 2021, but just look back, just sit back and look at 2020 and just have a look to see what you've done, what you've achieved. Focus on the positives, not the negatives. But if you are going to look at the negatives, how do you change that into a positive? Life lesson number 9. So I want you to promise yourself one thing, as well as these 20 lessons. But 2021 is say no to people. I've learned this after a very long time. At first it might feel uncomfortable, but you have to put yourself first. If somebody asks you to do something which makes you feel uncomfortable, or you don't have the time to do it, simply say no. It's as simple as that. They might not like it, tough shit. You come first. I come first. So get in the habit of telling people no. Lesson number 10. And this is one of my favourites. I really like this one because it really, really changes your mindset. So lesson number 10 of 2020 is, instead of saying I have to, change it to I get to. Because the words I have to means it sounds like a chore. But if you change the word to I get to, that means you're given an opportunity to actually get to do something, and it really changes the mindset. It really changes the way you tell yourself these things. So instead of saying, oh, I have to get up now, I've got 10 minutes to get ready for work, or change it to I get to get up this morning, I get to go to work. You see the difference? You hear the difference? It's just a total mindset shift. It makes you feel that you are lucky and blessed. That's lesson number 10. Number 11. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? We as humans treat ourselves as victims in life. This is one thing which has really, really helped me, is not to have that victim mentality. I've had quite a few people on Insta, friends, family, have said, if that was us in your situation, we would have gone into depression, hit the bottom. But this is my thinking, which has really helped me. So what is this teaching me? When Lynn passing away, what has this taught me? It's taught me a lot about relationships. That's the biggest thing. Not why is this happening to me? Why has she passed away? She was so young. The kids don't deserve this. Always remember this point. This point is number 12. Life lesson number 12 of 2020 is probably one of the most important life lessons you need to know. And this is the fact that we are all standing in a queue. What kind of queue is that? We are all standing in a line, and one by one, we are all going up. Doesn't matter if it's going to God, whatever you believe in, but your time is limited on this planet. In front of you, you might have a child. In front of that person might be a 110-year-old person. In front of that person might be a 34-year-old. Behind you, it might be a 3-day-old baby. Behind that baby might be someone who's 78 years old. Behind that person might be someone who's got a life-threatening disease. We are all in a queue. Always bear that in mind, because we are going to die one day, and that should be enough to get through every single day. These are very important for me. This is life lessons number 13, 14 and 15. This is what woke me up. So going on to number 12, that we're all standing in a queue. That Nim has passed away. She's 34 years old. I've got 3 young kids. I decided to put my happiness first. Lesson number 13. Put your happiness first. Because your time is very limited on this earth. And within that lesson, you put your happiness first, and you will see the amount of people that will hate you for it. Hate is a very strong word. I don't like to use the word hate, but people will absolutely physically hate you because you put your happiness first. So number 14 from this is you need to let go of these people. These toxic people, they will bring you back down. They will try and bring you back down. But this is where the other lesson comes into it, saying no. You need to leave these people behind. So put your happiness first and see what happens with these people. And you need to let go of these people because they will really, really, really try and bring you back down to their level. Number 15 within that is, this is where you need the right support. You need to surround yourself with the right people. You've heard the saying about the size of your circle decreases but the value increases. This should be the same as you move forward in life. I have got through these last 2-3 years because I've surrounded myself with the right people, with the right family, with the right friends. They've really got me through this. But this year has really woken me up, and these people that I thought that were there to support me, but because I put my happiness first, my children's happiness first, they've turned toxic towards me. And that's okay. That is totally fine, because I'm at that level, I'm at that stage where it doesn't bother me in the slightest, because we're all in a queue and life is short, but we don't know when we're going to go up. Look, life lesson number 16. It is very easy to look back and make yourself a victim. Fine, do it if you need to. Get over it. No one is going to come and save you. You are in control of your mind. You are in control of your thoughts. You are in control of your life. So here is where you need to pick yourself up. I've learned some valuable lessons after Nim passed away. Who was there for me? Who wasn't? Who should have been there for me? Who wasn't? I had to do it all by myself. I had the people around me to support me, but it was me that made the decision to get out of bed, to take the kids to school. Nobody forced me, like physically forced me. No one is going to come and save you. That is your responsibility. Number 17. We're getting there. We're getting through these. Number 17 is be grateful. I touched upon it, at the beginning, life lessons. But here, this is where you need to write down what you're grateful for. Because everything comes down to being how blessed you are. Actually appreciate what you have. There's somebody out there, and this is what really got me through the tough times, is, yes, I'm a widower. I've got 3 children to bring up. By myself, people used to feel sorry for me. I said, don't feel sorry for me. I don't need your pity. I don't need your charity, because there's somebody who is a lot worse off than me. They're looking up at me and thinking, do you know what? I'd love to have his life. So that's a very important lesson there. Number 18. Step outside your comfort zone. You should be doing this all the time anyway. But I think people just need a reminder. For 2021, step outside your comfort zone. The number one fear in the country is public speaking. I used to hate it. Really used to hate it. And I remember doing a presentation at university, and I had the piece of paper in front of me, and as I was speaking I had to put a chair in front of me whilst I was standing up so people couldn't see my legs shaking, and I really tried hard to hold the piece of paper, but it was shaking like that. And then I was part of an organisation, City Seeks, you probably heard of them, I'm not a member, member of theirs anymore, left a long time ago. But as I was an ambassador for them, and they said we want all the ambassadors to do a 4-minute speech about something that inspires them. I was like, shit. So I was on holiday in Spain with the family, and a few days before we left to come back to England, I wrote about Naveen, how she inspired me, to do well in life and really push me. How I taught her how to ride a scooter, but she kept falling off, and encouraged her to get back up. And anyway, so I went down to London, did the 4-minute speech. It went okay, considering I hate public speaking. I hated, again, it's a strong word. Then City 6 uploaded that video on YouTube. An old secondary school teacher of mine saw the video and said, would you mind coming into school and giving a talk about Careers Day? I was like, okay. After that, I spoke to a small group of about 10-12 people, and then it grew into talking to years and talking to the whole school in assemblies. And because of that, I got invited to several different schools. And you probably know, now what you don't know, me being owner of Seek Wills, specialising in wills, trusts, etc., death planning, anything to do with death. I solely specialise with the Sikh community. I now have my weekly live TV show on the Akal channel. So I've gone from holding a piece of paper in front of about 15-20 people at university to doing a live TV show every single week, all because I stepped outside my comfort zone. So please make sure you do this in 2021. Lesson number 19, nearly there. We've all got that little voice in your head, and it's so important to control that little voice. So here's a quote: self-talk can transform wounds into knowledge and bliss. Talk sweetly to yourself. So important. This is what determines how you control outside events. You can either have that victim mentality, feel sorry for yourself, or you tell that little voice in your head, nope, I'm not going to listen to you, I'm going to push forward. I'm going to be the victor, not the victim. And last life lesson of 2020 is memento mori. It's a Latin phrase which means remember you must die. Memento mori. Remember you must die. I actually have this on my number plate of my car. Every time I get in, every time I get out, it's there. It says memento mori, small letters right at the bottom. That should be a constant reminder what you want to do every single day. If you ever get that little doubt in your mind that you don't want to do something, remember, I get to do it. But always remember, this could be the last time that you see your children, you see your siblings, you see your family, your parents, your wife, your husband. This could be the last ever time you see them. And I used to practice this. I've been doing it for about 4.5 years now, 5 years, sorry. Brushing my teeth, I used to think about memento mori. I thought, when I get ready and I leave home for work, this could be the last time I see them. So always have that in your mind. And that is life lesson number 20 for 2020, memento mori.